Morning, everybody. Is
Morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Hi. How is everyone?
All good. Not raining today, which is great.
Yeah, it's not bad down here.
It's sadly pouring with rain here. The beaches have been absolutely destroyed. But all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're about to start, and I think Ben wanted to surprise you guys all with the competition straight away.
Give it a couple of minutes, brother. Just
yes, I reckon we'll give it a couple of minutes for a few more people to jump in.
Yeah. I'll let everyone know that we're starting now.
No, and I mean, sorry, Hobo, we have said that if you win, it's being donated to Save Kanyan.
I hear no objection to that.
All right, so guys, I see that all of you guys are on server mute. I'll remove everyone from server mute in a bit, so afterwards you guys can ask as many questions as you guys want. So, we'll get that sorted out in a bit. Let's quickly have a look, see. Yeah, I mean, I think we should maybe get started.
Yeah, sure.
So can you share your screen, Greg?
Yeah, I can. Give me a second.
Thank you. We're at the competition. To get a ticket, you had to mint 4. Now, anyone who minted 4 on public, that was 1 ticket. For the OTC guys, they'll get a ticket for the container. If you minted 8 on public, then that would have been 2 tickets. So there are people in there who have more tickets than others, but we've tried to make it as fair as possible. So, Greg, if you would like to click spin, and we will find out who is winning $1,000 airfare to Thailand. Big moment.
Oh, let's go. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Or I think maybe we should do this tomorrow, Ben.
Want to do it tomorrow? We can do.
Nah, I'm only joking. Here we go, guys. Ready. Good luck, everybody.
Big moment. And it is. Ooh. Okay, so Marilu. Okay, we'll reach out, or you can send us a DM. Congratulations. You have $1,000 towards an airfare ticket. So well done. Yeah. So we will be doing similar competitions like this in the future. Obviously, we try and keep it fun and exciting, and yeah, make it as great as we can for our community. So yeah, well done to that username, and let's crack on with the AMA.
Right, awesome. So hold on, let me quickly just close this here, and I want to just quickly, sorry, I'm just going to send, I've just taken a screenshot of I just want to send it so I don't lose my screenshot. Okay, awesome. Right, so guys, a few things that I just wanted to go over. So I just want to talk quickly about the payment for Fox Farms. We are hoping to get that done by this Wednesday. Okay. So by Wednesday, we are hoping to have all 7 containers paid for with Fox Farms so that he can start doing things on his side. We wanted to try and find the safest way to do it. Obviously, we don't want to send over all the money in one shot and then, and risk anything in those lines, So we're trying our best to keep investor funds as safe as possible. So I'm hoping for Wednesday, but it will definitely be this week. Now we've had quite a few questions about estimates, what the harvest is, 700, 600 changing. I want to be 100% honest, it's very difficult. There are so many variables, the Thai butt changes, a plant is a plant. So while we're expecting 200 grams, one plant might give 150 one plant might give 150 grams. We can't exactly guarantee what each plant is going to do. It depends on the strain. It depends on auto flowering. There's just so many variables. So to eliminate this confusion, what we're going to do is on the white paper and on the estimates, on the website and all that, I think we're going to put a range. So we'll put a range of between $500 to $700. It's impossible to give an exact dollar figure, with all the variables that change all the time. So I just wanted to give a quick update on that one because we have had quite a few questions about it. We've had quite a few members. So this now entails us putting this up to a community vote. The core team, we don't really mind either way which it goes. Because we have had quite a few members that have said yes, but what happens if container 1 makes, I don't know, 21 kilograms and container 2 makes 18? So they kind of feel like it's a bit of a lottery. What happens if container 3, the crop fails, and then container 1 and container 2 have been paid? So, we were having a look at solutions. So an option that we had a look at, but again, this will go up to the community for a vote, is maybe what we could do is kind of do it like a shared thing. So what we could do is we could put container 1, container 2, container 3, pool them together, and then those 3 containers, the revenue from them is just shared between the 300 NFTs. It mitigates the risk, for, if one container does fail or if another container makes more money than the other. But again, this is a community vote. It's not what is written in the white paper, so we need to edit the white paper, but that will only be done if the community thinks it's a good idea. It will not be a decision that is made by us, the core team. So just a quick update on that one. I'll let Ben get into more details about that one. And then what else could I talk about? I'll talk about the flash sale afterwards, Ben. Maybe I'll just let you quickly jump in. Maybe I'll let Simon jump in first, and then we'll talk about the flash sale at the end. So Simon, do you want to jump in there, mate?
Yeah, well, you've covered pretty much most of what I'd need to update. As far as the containers are going, we have pre-ordered some of the materials, the steel and the ISO walls, and we have got some in stock. So we are starting on, some of the units. We just, as you say, the rest of them will all be started this week when the payment comes in. And again, we're trying to get them done as quick as possible. It should be 45 days. So we should be on track with that. As far as our plants are going, we've got all the mother room and the clones ready. So as soon as the containers start to get complete, the clones will be moved straight into each one, ready to start growing. So we're on track at the moment. So it's just keeping everyone updated, and we'll share some photos as we always do as the containers are being built and the plants going in and everything else. So everybody can keep up to date. So
I'm going to quickly jump in because I know we mentioned it the last time, but do you think maybe we could, not now, I'm not putting you on the spot or anything, mate, but do you think maybe we can have a look, sometime in the next week or two, having another AMA with the master growers?
Yes, yeah, they're all geared up for it. We've got quite a few questions that people have been posting, obviously in the AMA master growers section, so they're ready for it. So yes, let's confirm a date. They already said that they're happy to do that, so we can do the master growers AMA ASAP.
Oh, fantastic! Cheers for that, Simon. Ben, do you want to jump in there quickly about anything you want to add there?
No, so from the beginning, projects have been reaching out to us quite a bit, and we've been putting them on ice. We're now at that stage, which was always our internal roadmap, that once we're at the stage of getting the batch 1 containers out there, which after this week they will be, they're going to be, money's going to be sent, construction is going to start. We're opening up the door now to partnerships, and we have been speaking to quite a few people behind the scenes. I mean, we've been having meetings almost on a daily basis, and we had one recently. And I am pretty sure every single person in this chat right now and in crypto would know who they are. There's a potential for a collaboration on the horizon there, and maybe even a partnership. We're still in talks with them, but they're very interested. So yeah, keep your eyes and ears open for that, because when that drops, I'm sure you'll see it across Twitter. Do you want to expand on that a bit, Greg, or shall we just leave it at that and let them sit on ice?
I think just leave it at that until it becomes 100% official, but it will be a very big announcement, which will also open up the doors to a couple more NFTs being able to be minted for the community. So I just want to get that one 100% officially dotted and crossed. But that we should have that dotted and crossed within the next couple of days. But talking about minting, we have had quite a few people that have asked us if there are any more NFTs available on the secondary market. I've had quite a few people saying that they missed out on the first wave. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to send out a Google Forms, possibly in the next hour or so. I just want to gauge interest. There is a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm going to say there's a possibility that we could put one more container available to the public. If there is enough interest from the community, then we'll go ahead with one more container that we'll link up onto batch one. The container, though, will be at $500 in NFT. So, we have to be fair to the people who've minted it, the early supporters. The early bird rewards will apply to it, so if you are an early bird or an OG member, you will have your discount on that container. So let me get that Google form out today. If there is enough interest, we will have one more container that will possibly launch at the end of the week. So I'll get back to you guys on that one. And after that, I think Mr. Kyle Canada, you have some important updates for us.
Yeah, thank you. So I know that there's been quite a few people wondering about the aesthetics of the NFTs. When will we see an actual image? We actually have the images done, but what was interesting is last week, OpenSea had announced their support for AVAX. And the support, the functionality had existed for some time. They just made that announcement, though, last week. And we've been testing it, and it works actually quite well. What we like about it is how you can set up collections in OpenSea, and how it just, again, supports the network that we publish on very well. It also complements our functionality with our contract factory. So we intend to promote our NFTs on OpenSea, but again, technically, you could link your wallet up to any marketplace that supports AVAX and be able to transact your NFTs. We will have more announcement around this as it happens, but we do expect the process for airdropping the NFTs to be defined in the next couple of days, and then airdropping to happen closer to the end of the week, this upcoming week. I touched on the contract factory. We're making great progress on that. That still is going to be about a 2.5-3 month dev timeline, and we'll update closer to that sort of 3 month period as to when that'll be released. That'll actually tie in well with getting close to the end of first cycle. And then lastly, just some other minor aesthetics. As we're growing, as we're developing, as we're building, as a business, if you will, we're also working to polish up and refine things. So we will be making some updates. I was going to say relaunch, but we're not relaunching. We're making updates to the existing website with a bit more resources, perhaps some disbursement calculators, and just some more tools for community members. Those are my major updates right now. Pass it on to Kyle, South Africa.
Yeah, so Kyle, South Africa, do you want to throw out some of your updates that you've got on the, on our new, on some new distribution channels you got open?
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, so just to touch on some distribution
points. There was a very cool video that was circulating our general chat over the last 2 weeks about how the weed in Thailand and the dispensaries and everything, how it's all kicking off. It was an awesome video. I watched it about 5 times now. It really showcases what's happening here in Thailand, for those of you that aren't here to see it firsthand. With that video, there were a few questions that people get a little bit worried about market saturation, and people are saying that it looks pretty well established already. Just to touch on that, pretty much those are just the guys that are in the underground market from the offset for years and years already, that have now emerged from the shadows. So they've had an established network already, they've had all the contacts, and I've spoken to a few dispensary owners over the last few weeks, and yes, there are exotics available for people, but it's just the amount that's there that the amount available cannot keep up with the demand. And again, that's where we're going to come shining in the next couple of months, because we'll be pushing 150, 140 kilograms per harvest. And once our product hits the streets, then we're going to be flooding the markets. Once we hit the south, the north, central, and northeast, those channels are going to be pumping through. And this next week coming up, I'm going to meet with Simon to talk about distribution channels. My portfolio has grown scary amounts in the last couple of months, from about 139 dispensaries to 161. So I've got my work cut out for me. I'll be hitting these dispensaries, meeting with owners, CEOs, getting Canna Fox name out there and Fox Farms. And so pretty busy week coming up, and I'll drop a few more updates once I've met with these people.
Oh, that's awesome. Cheers for that, Carl. So I think what we're going to do now, guys, we'll quickly open up the floor. If anyone wants to chat, you guys are more than welcome to. If you want to throw out some questions, go for it. We don't want to take all of your time. And so let me quickly make sure that I've got everyone off server mute. If there's anyone who wants to chat, please don't be shy.
Okay, sir.
Will Greg sing for us? No, Demon. If I sing, you guys will all leave. It's 100% guaranteed.
That could be the next community vote. You've got to do it.
That's not going to happen.
I'm going to do it. I'm putting it up now. Do it in chat.
Right. Would anyone like to have a chat? Ask us any questions? Now's the time. We're all online for you guys. You can direct your questions to whoever you like. Feel free to... If you don't want to talk, you're more than welcome to also just post your question here in the AMA chat. Well, sorry, in the AMA events. Text question or voice question, sir? Up to you, Joey boy. Whatever you like. Let me unmute you. Okay, you're not muted, so you can unmute yourself and talk if you want, Joey. Or you can type. Will any more containers added now for batch 1 push back the harvest time as more plants are needed? No, Super Silver, because they'll all be built at the same time, So later on, I think Simon's made this also very explicit in his explanations, is we don't want also for 20, 30 containers to all harvest at the same time. So each container will have a rotation. So basically, I think Simon's end goal plan is to have a harvest every week. Every 2 weeks. So no, it won't affect it whatsoever. I think that answered that correctly, Simon. Sorry, I jumped in there for you, mate.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yep. So like you said, us as a business, to harvest 10, 15, 20 containers all at the same time would be a, logistics nightmare. So, we have plans here that we have our crop rotations and the container rotations. So, each time we're harvesting a container, then that's going into the drying room, and then obviously the trimming room. So, we want to have a nice workflow so that basically, as you say, every couple of weeks we're doing harvests and moving through, packing the product, and then obviously sending it out to all the customers.
Okay, I think they're safe, Kanyan. Simon also replied to that question there for you.
Yeah, so just, will all the batch one be on the same harvest schedule? So just to answer that one the same. Yeah, so no, they won't be on the same schedule. The idea is, batch one contain 1, 2, and 3. They will be staggered slightly, so there'll probably be a week in between each one.
Joey boy, you've asked if I can explain a bit about the economics of Canafox models, such as its core functions, value economics, and added value. I think the white paper explains that quite clearly. Where the economics of the Canafox model is purely on the harvest of, the harvest and the sales of cannabis. We've got our X, which is our harvest, minus Y, which is our expenses, and then Z, which is the profit, which is then shared amongst the NFT holders. So in a nutshell, I think that explains it. What's the added value? Well, the added value is that all the core team members are in Thailand. All the core team have got a very good relationship with Fox Farms, so we are able to basically, if you want, protect your investment, to monitor your investment, to give you updates on it. So that is really our added value as well. We've got members on our core team, such as Carl South Africa, who has got a very big distribution network in cannabis already, which is growing, and he's working hand in hand with Fox Farms, to make certain that all the product is sold as quickly as possible.
Yeah, just adding on that, again, I think what we've said in other AMAs is that us as a company, Canafox and Fox Farms, we're in a unique position that we're not we don't rely on any other third-party companies really. All the construction we do in house. All the cloning, the master plan, it's all done in house. So I think we're in quite a good position compared to, say, some of our competitors, because at the end of the day, they have to go somewhere else to build containers. They have to go elsewhere to get equipment, So we've got our own internal departments. All the LED lighting, the grow trays are imported directly from China by us. So we get, some good deals. We really are sort of self-reliant, which I think is a good point for us.
Yeah. Well, as we've got you, Simon, just got a question in the chat from Chadlington. What's the most amount of containers Canafox can build for Fox Farms?
To be honest, the sky's the limit. The whole point is on site number 1, which is our current factory, we have enough room for around 36 units. But we have other land available that can fit hundreds of units. But, we're in this for the business. And at the end of the day, we don't want to go crazy and just build unlimited containers. And there's no demand for the product. So, we want to grow according to the market. So as long as there's a demand for cannabis, then, we will really push to meet that demand. And what we've calculated at the moment, if you look at with Kyle South Africa and our current customers, there's a demand for 200-300 kgs of product every month. Now, to get that, if each container is producing sort of between 30 and 40 kgs per annum, that's, if you've done it at 300 kgs a month times 12, so that's 3,600 kgs of cannabis needed per year. And a container is only going to be, 30 to 40 containers. So already we actually need 100 containers just to meet the current demand, and that will be a constant harvest. So we've got huge potential to grow. And as far as construction, we can construct, multiple containers all at the same time. So we can build around 15 units at a time with the current space. I think we're fairly set up for it.
That's awesome.
And yes, Super Silver, you will be able to see. So basically, on the contractor factory, Kyle will add the metadata to the NFTs, so you will know that your NFT belongs to container 1, container 2, container 3, etc. So that will definitely be in there. Happy Dan Travels, you want to know about the medical market in the future? So the medical market, Simon?
Yeah, I mean, with the medical market, to be honest, it's a totally different market. And I mean, the price, you know, a lot of the Thai farmers in Thailand are growing low grade cannabis, and you know that is down to sort of 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 baht a kilo. And the thing is with the medical area, you know, if you're going into producing CBD oils and all of those sort of products, you don't need extra high quality cannabis. And the law is actually that if you do produce those products, you're not allowed to have more than 0.02% THC. So hence why you don't need high quality cannabis to do that. And what we're seeing in Thailand is, you know, there's just not enough demand for the CBD oils and all of that. There's too much cannabis already available to do those sort of products. So, I mean, we don't really want to get into that area. But where we are going into is the industrial hemp area, because that's a huge business, you know, and that's where, you know, the hemp is used to create building materials such as, you know, Viva board, cement blocks, so hemp concrete, hemp rebar, hemp building materials. And that's a huge area to get into. So, I mean, yes, we are going into that. And, I mean, the US has just passed hemp for their building code. So, you know, with the good thing about industrial hemp is your marketplace is the world, because, you know, some of these countries can't grow cannabis, so they can't physically produce industrial hemp building materials where Thailand can. So, and the cost of labor, etc., is cheap here. So I think building materials will be a good area to get into, and we are already getting into it. So hopefully that's answered that. Happy Dan?
Got another one here for you, brother. Is the 3K cannabis annum demand based on Thailand as a whole, or just current distribution pipelines known?
Yeah, that's just our clients. So the 300 kg per month, that's just my customers at the moment, and that's with Kyle's network, our network. So, and that's increasing regularly, because, you know, if you look at, I think Ben posted some stats, you know, not so long ago. I mean, if you look at the US market, in, I think it was 2021, their annual consumption of cannabis was something like 3 million kgs, and that's in, I think, in the general chat, those stats. But so Thai, you know, the Thai government estimates Thailand cannabis business to be worth around $663 million by the end of 2024, and we think, you know, that if you work that out in kilos and going backwards, I mean, the demand for Thailand in the future is going to be up around the sort of third of the US. So you're looking maybe 1 million kgs per annum for the total of Thailand, and these are only, you know, guesstimates based on the stats. So when the tourist business kicks off, I think the demand for the cannabis kilos is going to go even bigger, and there's just not enough producers to meet that demand at the moment. So
I'm going to post those figures back in the chat right now, mate. For anyone that wants to look at them.
okay.
And then Benji, you've asked when will batch 2 be, before or after the new year? Let's go for after the new year. Let us just get these 7 or possibly 8 now built. Let us get some photos out so you guys can all see the cannabis growing in it. You know, as Simon said, let's not go and rush in. You know, so we're not. So I would safely say let's have a look for after the New Year's and not straight away. You know, we want to be able to show as well what's happening. So to give you an exact answer, an exact date, and an exact hour or minute, I can't do that at the moment. But you will be warned way in advance of when batch 2 will be opening. Now, I also saw, and I have not forgotten you, Hobo. Yesterday, I was talking in the chat where I was mentioning, you know, the prices of NFTs, and I was just trying to show that the NFT values have already taken, the NFTs purchased at 350 have already taken value. So, for example, you know, I said that batch 1 is 350, batch 2 500, which we all know. You know, batch 3 7, etc., etc. I was not saying that batch 3 was going to be 700. I know a couple of you had a heart attack on that. We would still have a look-see to make sure what what yields NFTs are being paid back before we make any decisions. That was just an example to show the value of NFTs that are being brought up. We have said before that, it's not necessarily the case that each batch will go up in value, go up in price. I was basically just answering, I was just trying to show the increase of value. I know that Hobo sent me a couple of messages having a heart attack, so I just wanted to make that very clear. It is not official, any of those figures that I gave yesterday. It was just an example. Happy Dan, Canafox is not global. Canafox is in Thailand. We are not exporting at the moment. That is something Simon will definitely look at later. So I'm not going to say we are global, but afterwards, if we do expand into other countries, that is a possibility, but it's not at this very second.
I think just on that, the domestic demand is super high at the moment anyway, so it would be cater to that first and focus on that. But saying that, what you got to think about as well is like exporting cannabis is it viable? Because at the end of the day, I don't know in the US how much it is per gram. I think someone said about $20 or something like that. I'm not sure, but you got to see by the time you export with the shipping, everything else, is it going to be cost effective to export the raw product? If it is, great, we would love to. If it's not, then we'll just focus on domestic for now. But certainly, if there is an avenue to export and become international customers, then we wouldn't turn that away.
Greg, I've got Gummy in the chat here, mate. He's tagged you. He said, I thought all products, hemp, merch, other, were Fox Farms and not for the NFT holders.
No, he's 100% correct. So basically, that's a little bit the beauty of our model is that the NFT holders never have to worry about selling of the product. So the product is purchased. So once we plant the product, once the product's been planted, we already have a good idea what the purchase price of that product will be. Fox Farms then engages to purchase all the product from us at a fixed price. So that reduces the. Simon, I think someone's talking in your background there, mate. That reduces. It's not you.
I think it's Benji. Is that you, Benji?
Is that Benji? No. So that reduces the risk for you, the NFT holder, and wondering, is my product sold? Is my product not sold? So Fox Farms engages to purchase all the product. But that being said, once the product has been purchased by Fox Farms, the hemp, the CBD, all that then does belong to Fox Farms. That is the product that Fox Farms has purchased. So us as the NFT holders, we are guaranteed the sale of the actual buds, if you like. I don't know if that answers you, Gummy. I see Gummy started.
No, so hemp isn't included. If you're saying that, because we aren't growing hemp at the moment. So in the future, we may get into hemp in industrial cannabis. That's a whole different market. But these containers we're growing for the NFTs and at the moment is purely, aiming at the recreational strains for our customers who are mainly dispensaries and wholesalers.
Yes, correct. I mean, it's not part of the NFTs. So I don't know if anyone's got any more questions. If not, then Ben, I'll let you close off. And of course, we are in the chat to answer questions at any time you guys have.
Yeah. So guys, this is your last chance if you do have a question. Over the next day or two, I'll be posting details once I've got them from Simon about a confirmed date and time with the master growers, but most likely early next week. And then we'll get Simon, if we can get some more footage from the factory, that'd be awesome, bro.
Yeah, we'll do.
Other than that, guys, yeah, I mean, we'll keep you up to date on partnerships. We'll keep you up to date on. Obviously, we've got a lot of moving parts this week with the payments and construction. So yeah, we'll be online every day. I'm now back. I've been traveling the past few days, so I was a little quiet, but I'm back home now. So if you need anything, hit me up in the DM, contact Greg, or yeah, just ask in the chat. Mods are doing a great job. Other than that, guys, we're going to wrap it up. So thanks for joining, and we will see you online and in the next AMA. So have a good day.
Yep, thanks everyone. Catch up with you all soon.
See you later, guys. Bye-bye.